it seems like you've been in the space for a fair amount of time. Is there anything in your life, growing up, or maybe there was a pivot at a certain age that pushed you into this area? Because I know everyone. I mean, to piggyback on my story about finding the Good Food Institute, any sort of community I found that was focused on climate change, sustainability, sustainable food, things like that. Everybody was just great. Everyone was super helpful. Everyone is on the same team. Um, I don't know. I would just really, again, if I ever wanted to start another startup, I would consider that space partly for the community. So I'm curious how you made a pivot to go in that direction.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear that that's been your experience with those sort of groups and spaces and communities. For me, getting interested in that category started college years. So as I was just getting ready to start college and my summer orientation, chatted with somebody who mentioned caring about animals and animal protection. And it was a topic I had never thought of before, didn't have pets at home, never thought about this issue whatsoever. But I thought it was interesting, sort of like intellectually interesting. I had started to care about, I guess, what you might term social justice today, but like sort of more vaguely defined, right? Like thinking about human rights, thinking about the environment, like those sort of things. And so got home from that summer pre-college orientation, went to the local library, checked out the two books they had on animal protection issues. And one talked about factory farming and industrial animal production. And so reading through that was my personal eye opener of how animals are treated in those facilities, the extreme suffering that goes on, and also kind of talk through the fact that it's not needed, right? There's not a need to do this. We can, generally speaking, in nearly all places in the world, be happy, healthy, live even healthier, even longer lives, eat delicious food without causing that suffering to happen. So that's what led me to start eating plant-based myself. And then as I got out of college and started working, to start working in and around the food and ag ecosystem. And over time, that started to include things like plant-based and alternative protein products, as well as other novel food and ag technologies. Started investing in that category in 2015, but for many years before that was involved in helping promote those categories to the public. And today with Lever VC, our investment fund, we invest notably more broadly than that category. So we invest in those categories, but also, as you noted at the top of the show, other things in food and ag tech that improve sustainability and health and so forth. But that was the background of how I started thinking about the impacts of the food system, making some personal changes in my own life, and then professionally starting to work and then invest in that category.